In the latest update, we saw in the patch notes down here under improvements that the Recruitment Pass rewards were improved to now include the tokens to awaken the free synergy enablers in Leila, Jaime, and Sinara, as you can see here. Originally, when the update came through, this wasn't implemented, I believe, but now, with the release of the new Recruitment Pass, you can see in here the tokens available at the bottom, and purchasing this, you will receive double the quantity that you would with medals. So this now will be far and away the cheapest way to buy into awakening tokens for these free commanders. So for low to mid spenders on new accounts potentially, this is a very nice improvement. Of course, synergy now is so important when it comes to PvP in the game. If you are low to mid spending and you don't have any synergy enablers and you're looking at these, as general means of advice, I've covered these in greater depth in previous videos, but the easiest build to make somewhat competitive at low spending levels will be weakness. That's because all you really need is Jaime, and then a minimum of one of his healers in Lats, Enzo, or Drake. You will need both of them. If you think you can run, say, a weakness build with just Jaime and Arslan's heal, it won't work, it won't be enough healing. So you will need an additional commander at 4-star to make that work, but the weakness synergy is much less reliant on the big premium commanders than the other two builds. If you're running bows, then Leila will be your pick there. Bleed and female typically, to perform at their best, will require a bit of a higher spending level. And if this is a game-changing introduction for you, then you're probably not in the spending level where those would be, for now at least, the best pick. Now, the reason I've covered this first, despite it going somewhat against the title for this video, is that this is now a new means of obtaining commander tokens efficiently. And with this most recent reset in game, we have seen the Seven's Treasure event be added. It lasts 7 days, it seems. It's yet to be seen, of course, whether this will be perhaps a monthly occurrence with every first week of the Recruitment Pass, or if it will just be a one-time event like we saw with the Fiery Essence trade-in store previously. But the way this will work is these top few rows will require coded bands of varying amounts to purchase these items. The ones of greatest value, I would say, would be the Reforge Ore, T5 books, research notes potentially, maybe the troop appearances if you still need them. But the way you'll obtain these coded bands is by trading in tokens for all these commanders. You can see they vary in the amount that they bring in. The premium commanders will bring in 120 coded bands per token. Epic token commanders will bring in 60. There were a few exceptions, it seems, in Seg, Tyrion, and whatnot. And then elite token commanders will bring in 5 as a general rule down here. Again, with a few mismatches, such as Darius down here only being in the elite token category. So players may have an excess of tokens stacked up, which they've never been able to do anything with, and this will now offer a route into trading them in for something useful, potentially. Reforge Ore will pretty much always be useful to anyone in the game at this point. No one has maxed out weapons. People have close to it maybe, but not maxed out on every single one, even the top accounts. So perhaps if you were buying Awakening token packs for a commander and you rushed it to get it a bit earlier and you bought over that 320 limit to go to the 4th star, maybe if you are a very high spender and you got 4-star gold Night King and just those Night King events that pop up once a month through purely the recharge and login events will have you having excess Night King tokens there. Maybe you're a max account and you have all the elite token commanders done and you have an insane amount of elite tokens just lying there. You can throw them in this, and potentially now you could look to use this Recruitment Pass method of farming up some Awakening tokens and trading them in. So because this only lasts a week, you won't be able to get all the rewards. There is going to be a natural limit that you will reach through this. So you will be able to get, if you do all the quests and all your dailies properly, up to this 90th level, which will end up being 100 tokens. Getting to the 100th level and beyond won't be possible in that time frame, but 100 tokens will still give you 6,000 coded bands. 6,000 coded bands can give you 1,500 Reforge ore. It could give you 85 T5 books. It could give you 100 research notes and 100 in excess as well. 6 SS medals or 37 S medals. So for context there, the troop appearance medals will not be worth buying tokens to trade in for. They'll only be useful if you have excess. Ancient Scriptures will be worse than Merchants of King's Landing, so again, you might want to hold off on that. The research notes, actually, if you don't have those researches done, will actually be more efficient than buying them in the store, unless you're discounting the pack heavily. And Reforge ore is actually about the same value as buying the Reforge ore packs. So the first 2 tiers of the Reforge ore packs will give you 1,300 Reforge ore for 250 black diamonds before discounts. With Monday coupons, that goes to 175 BD for 1,300 Reforge ore. That is pretty much the same value as 1,500 Reforge ore here for 200 BD. So if you are buying up Reforge ore packs on a weekly basis, if you're in that spending bracket and you're really looking to push your weapons, then buying this legendary pass, getting the awakening tokens, and then putting them back into the Reforge ore, I believe will be your best option here. Past that, I would probably just leave it to if you have excess tokens. I don't think the store options have the efficiency necessarily to really make it worth it past that point. Hopefully we can see this return on a monthly basis, or at least somewhat regularly. It's a nice addition overall, as well as the addition of allowing players to buy into these synergy commanders easier than they were before.